Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gamers Podcast. Want to talk about ACC or Assetto Competizione? That's what we're going to talk about today, as well as some other games, so stay with us and we'll be right back. And we are back. So, it is us. Once again, it is I, Todd, and my good friend CJ from across the pond in Scotland. Say hi, CJ.
Hello, CJ. Hello, people. How are we doing?
So, anything been going on with you the past week?
I have the house to myself.
Ooh, no Yoli?
No, Yoli's off visiting our son. So she's down south. They're in Blackpool, actually. So she's off. She's on a couple of days.
Blackpool.
Yeah, the Vegas of the UK. Yeah, so tonight and tomorrow all by myself, and it's it's kind of a weird thing. I'm an adult. I'm a grown man, but I don't like having the house to myself. But there's me and the dogs, but I don't like it. It's really weird. I don't mind doing my own thing if Yoli's in the house, but I don't like having the house to myself. It's a very weird feeling.
To be honest with y'all, a lot of grown men who are, grown men and don't really like that. They end up actually getting bored without having the thing around. Unless you're me and you're just used to living alone most of your life and it's all good. I don't know.
It is a boredom thing. I can find myself going, right, I'll jump in the Xbox, jump in the PlayStation, I'll watch a bit of TV. What next? What will I do? But if she's here, I'll do my thing and whatever. But yeah, it's a very weird feeling. It's only 2 days. I don't deal well like sort of 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
When she went on holiday, I really struggled. I was like bouncing off the walls and stuff. Hey, but we're here. It's another podcast.
Yes.
I'm sure Gally's had an exciting week.
Actually,
Todd's everybody.
Well, a lot of people most know me. My nickname is Gally, and it comes from a derivative of Gallifrey Madman, which was who I was originally on the Xbox. And if you listen to the Geek Speak podcast I do with Matt, then you know that I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. So, as you can see on my arm, I've got the whole Doctor Who logo, everything. But today, hey, look at it today. Today I am sporting the Billy Strange shirt that I got from Billy Strange, my good friend there and YouTuber, Billy Strange.
Okay.
If you
so you're wearing another YouTuber's T-shirt?
Yeah, why not? He's a friend.
Does this mean he's like nipples exposed when he makes podcasts? Do you know what I mean? This video may offend the faint-hearted. Nipples. No. Depends what ugly his nipples are, really, innit? How do we go from talking about Doctor Who to nipples?
I don't know.
That's totally your fault.
You have this weird way of segueing this shit.
See, this is what happens when I'm in the house by myself. It's not a good thing. It's really mentally I lose the plot. I lose track of everything. It's not a safe environment for me. I should put like foam padding on all the walls and any sharp objects, corners and tables and stuff. Yeah. Kitty proof the house is what I should do when I'm by myself. It's the best option.
Yoli, he's lost without you.
No, don't say that. I guess I'm so needy. Which I'm not.
Yes, he is.
Man.
You got the 5 dogs with you.
They're quiet just now. I give it 15 minutes. One will kick off, and it's just it'll be like 10 minutes of craziness, and then I'll go back to sleep. Yeah.
So, anyway. So, what do we got lined up for today? What do we got lined up for today?
We've got lined up today. So, obviously, we're going to talk about Assetto Corsa. Competition, for obvious reasons. Once we talk about it, you'll understand why we're talking about it. Forza 7 made an announcement. Also, a small announcement about Battlefield 5 for those who are interested in it. I'm got a Battlefield fan. Me and Gal have differences in that. There's an announcement on that that will not please the fans and has not pleased the fans. We've got some savings to the pocket that we could talk about. A new TV show. Was that a new TV show? It's been announced before, but they've now given it a start date. So we'll touch briefly on that. And we're going to get into retro gaming. Something me and Gal spoke about yesterday. Just, you know.
I don't see the point, but okay.
But as usual, right, this is the things we want to talk about. Necessarily, we'll probably cover these. But as usual, we'll you know, wander off down the forest and find something else to talk about, as we normally do. We always have a game plan. Well, normally, but we always kind of just drift off and
also depends if anybody joins us in the chat. So
yeah, we find ourselves lost in the chat sometimes. It's a bit weird. It is. It's a bit like a Twilight Zone. This place. It really is. Very cool.
All right, so why don't you just kick it off? Let's get the Battlefield thing over with, because I just that's boring to me.
Battlefield fans will understand from Battlefield 1, Grand Operations, which was actually a decent part of it. Think of Rush, think on a massive scale. Grand Operations is loads of fun. Now they've announced Battlefield 5, right? That you're not going to get that when you buy the game. This is going to be further down the line. So what was like a major part of, a really good, decent part of Battlefield 1 is not going to be part of Battlefield 5 on launch. Which tells me the game's not ready. But they're still going to go ahead and launch it. Why not just delay the launch? Or pull your finger out of one's rectum and sort the issue? I don't think any developer, whether it be Battlefield or anything else, if you know the game isn't right, don't release it. This goes back to the Cullen 2, which we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. They released it, it was wrong, they retracted it, made their apologies. Instead of doing all that, just don't release it. I think the fan base of any game would be more than happy, right, we're going to delay it 4 months, we understand you're pissed off at it, but in 4 months you're going to get the full package that is as it should be. Instead of going, we'll take your money, the full price, we'll give you 80%, and we promise to pay you the other 20% in installments. It's like a loan. You don't do that. You know what I mean? Without the interest. So, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. I'm not very excited about Battlefield 5, I'll be honest. But this sort of management of the release of such a major title is, I don't think it's good.
What is it they mean by it won't be available at launch, but update, you know, and then of course GameSpot updates says it will be playable on release. What the fuck does that mean?
It's a complete contradiction, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's saying, like, it won't be available on launch,
but it'll be
when
playable.
We release it, it'll be available. When you launch it, that's when you release it. It's, you know, like Ubisoft, like, you know, EA, you never really know what they're going to do, because what they say they're going to do isn't what they do. And they have this, you know, title to the that you can find on GameSpot website. It can be found this contradictory title to the I suppose to the article. Now, bear in mind, this title isn't from EA. This is from GameSpot, but it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. No. So, if the game's ready, release it. If it's not ready, hold it back. That's that simple, mate. It really is.
I don't know. Like I said, as I've said before, I've had a lot of trouble getting into Battlefield games since Battlefield 2, which Battlefield 2 was my absolute love. I mean, I specifically built 2 computers just to play that game. And it's...
Check you out.
Yeah, I can build PCs. This last one I built to do all my racing on, I just got lazy and didn't want to, and I'm regretting it now. Because I've kind of started pulling shit out of it and putting new stuff in, and it's like, you know what? I'm just.
Hence why I don't get in PC stuff. There's just turn it on, race. That's me. I'm done.
No, it's just if you intend, if you're looking for a machine that's just a box, and you intend to surf the internet, watch YouTube, do emails, whatever, then go to the store and buy one. That's fine. If you intend to do any type of gaming, serious gaming, but basically, yeah, if you intend to do any gaming, I don't even have to go farther than that. If you're going to do any gaming, build a PC. Now, you don't actually have to physically build it yourself. I mean, you can learn. They're not hard. But you can actually order a PC pre-built for you, but without all the crap that you get from all these things like Dell, HP.
I mean, in the UK, to have a PC built that allows you to, so you go to iRacing, right? PC that's to the spec where you can use it on iRacing is around about £2,200.
Well, no, iRacing can be done on most anything. iRacing is not graphically intensive or anything. You know, you can go and buy a $500, $200, $300 PC at Walmart or Primark or whatever UK, Asda, whatever.
Primark.
I'm just rattling off stores in my head. I'm just rattling off stores.
Do you know what Primark is?
Primark's a store, but I'm just rattling off names of stores.
Oh no!
What? What?
This is classic. I'm glad this is live because there's no going back, right?
What?
Primark is it's a really budget kind of clothing store.
Well, yeah, but they
five rows halfway around the planet making their clothes for them.
Yeah, they sell other things besides just clothes, though. Not a lot of stuff, but it was like I said, I'm just rattling off names of stores. I'm just rattling off names of stores.
That is ace. That's one of the best things.
If you think so. So, you know, it's just... you can go to a store, you can buy them, and you can play iRacing, and you'll be just fine. But it's when you start getting into, you know, things like Project Cars 2 and new Assetto Corsa and, you know, the Competizione, and a lot of these that are starting to become more graphically intensive, you're gonna have issues. You know, like even Assetto Corsa, you're not gonna be able to run everything into high graphics, you know, with your mirrors and all this other stuff. So yeah, you're gonna start. You need to build something, and you need to build it good. But things like iRacing, GTR2, Automobilista, you can get away with those on something you can buy for $500. You know, so even some regular games. But if you really want to start gaming, and I'm not talking just about racing, but if you really want to game, yeah, it's worth your while to consider. You know what? I need to spend probably in the excess of $1,200. And
see, the thing was, I'd looked on that. We spoke a while back about this. When I looked at the PC server, and I actually went onto the iRacing site and I looked at the specs that was required to operate on iRacing, and I put this into a website in the UK to build a PC, and so it was over $2,000. I'm like, that's mental. But I suppose if you're going to be one of these people that are completely committed to PC racing, PC gaming in general, then it is an investment. You know what I mean? If you're going to do it, then you go all out. You're not going to do it half-hearted, are you?
You're talking about, guys, if you're talking about a computer for iRacing and all that stuff, you're probably talking about a computer that was built for guys to stream, because you're not going to be able to play the games and stream on a low budget PC. It's not going to happen. You're going to get stuttering frame rates. And that's part of. I don't have a budget PC. I mean, my PC was still $900, but because of the low quality of some of the components I have, I'm not having successful streaming when it comes to my racing games, because unfortunately I don't want to put my racing games on low resolutions or mediums. I like running at high or ultra, so it's not conducive.
Well, I mean, you're not going to go on PC and run low res here. That's the whole point of being on PC, is to experience that high res that you don't get with consoles. Exactly. That's understandable. Yeah.
So and then when you do it, a lot of gamers do when you see them streaming, they're actually running an Elgato capture card or another type of capture card. So they're actually using a second PC to do their streaming. So they're running the game on one. And they're running everything to the other PC to then stream it. So, and that's why you'll see a lot of guys, if you're listening to somebody who's actually live and then trying to also watch their YouTube stream, you'll notice there's such a wide gap. More than likely that's because they're doing an Elgato, capture to another PC to then stream it. So there's always that delay.
Yeah, I bought the Elgato, and I found that when I was using it, I was trying to stream with the Xbox. Lag issues, mate. They didn't really go well with what I was doing, so I got rid of it.
I used an Elgato briefly when I was on Xbox, and very briefly on PS4. So yeah, I mean it works well. I used it mostly to. I'd run the race, then I'd hook up the Elgato, and then I'd just run the replay back and record the replay, and then go from there. So I wasn't actually trying to stream it or anything at that time. Now, but you know, streaming when you're on console, streaming so much easier than on PC. So, I mean, it's basic on consoles. So
it's basic. Doesn't always work.
Huh?
It's basic, but it doesn't always work.
Doesn't always
even
work.
I mean, I was trying to stream on Twitch the other day, and I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on Twitch right now. Tell me I've got to put in a code. So I've gone to my PC, boom, put in the codes. It's already active. All right, okay, go back into Twitch on the Xbox. Tell me I need to sign in. Click sign in, gives me a code. I'm already activated. It's already linked. What are you doing? So I tried completely deleting the Twitch app from the Xbox, excuse me, which I did, thinking that'll work. Reinstalled it, signed in, gives me this bloody code. But we're already linked. Why are you asking me for a code? And when you put the code in, it just tells you that you're already linked. All right, okay. I guess I'm not streaming on Twitch then. Nightmare.
I don't know why Microsoft won't just connect with YouTube like PS4 does.
They have to. Yeah, but if they do, then Mixer's dead in the water, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Isn't Mixer kind of dead anyway? I mean, who really talks about Mixer?
People who play PUBG, bloody Fortnite, and games that people don't care about generally. Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. The only time I ever hear about Mixer is when I turn on my Xbox. That's the only time I hear about Mixer. So I mean, I don't know how popular it is. I don't know whether it even competes with the likes of YouTube and Twitch on any type of level.
You can do a hell of a lot with it.
I know they only let you store your past streams for 14 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
See, yeah, it's not. No, yeah.
After 14 days, you can't watch any old stuff. It's like, what? I mean,
that's not a bad thing because let's face it, you know, Microsoft servers and their whole engine isn't the best. So can you imagine if they just filled up all their storage from Mixer?
Yeah, but that makes it harder on the streamer because now if they want to keep that archived, they've got to go back in the Mixer and download it and then create their own. I mean, yes, they give you the option to download the stream. That's cool, fine. You gave me the option to download the stream, but now you're leaving it up to me to create my own archive. It's just bullshit. Come on.
Yeah. If somebody wants to go on and watch a previous show, they can't do that, you know, after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they're relying on you having a channel on, say, YouTube, for example, where you can go and watch your streams from Mixer.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see what's happening here, Microsoft? Can you see what you're doing? You're forcing people to use YouTube. Just buy YouTube. Done.
No,
get rid of Mixer.
No,
YouTube.
Do not buy YouTube.
Well,
it's bad enough they're screwing with Skype. I don't need them screwing with YouTube too.
So we were talking about racing, and after, as usual, we go off. Something slightly, ever so slightly related to racing in the loosest possible form, might I add.
Loose as possible.
Loose as possible. It's that loose. I'd pay her for the business. Forza 7. Okay, all you Forza fans out there, you know, you'll learn. They have taken a massive decision, and they're removing loot boxes from the game. Now, I don't race this game. It's not for me. They're removing loot boxes, but this hasn't gone down well with fans apparently. From the article and a couple of things I saw. And I don't know the ins and outs of this. But you know, the way they've seen fit to make this announcement that they're removing the loot boxes, does that mean they're going to improve the game? I don't know what effect it's actually going to have on the game. So you know, if you're pro or con of this update, drop a comment below the video, let us know, or even jump in the chat and let us know what you feel about it. It's not a big news for me. It might be a big news for you. Feel free to let us know how you feel on that one.
I mean, all you got was those stupid cards and stuff out of them anyway. I never liked the card system when it came to Forza. I thought it was stupid.
See, what was that game I was thinking of? Cards. Metro or something? think Mitchell's got cards. I don't know if that works.
I don't know.
The thing is, this racing thing we're talking about leads nicely into something that I know that has you a little bit irate. Okay, and I totally agree with you on this.
Oh, what you want to hurry up and get into this, huh?
No, because I know this is going to be quite a big one, right? Is that I understand why you're annoyed, but I don't understand the conceptual logic of what they're doing and why they're doing that. I mean, this isn't good news for the console people by any means. If this is what's going to happen on PC,
well, no, because
if came up from console, but
if
to you.
What we're talking about, of course, is Assetto Corsa Competizione. Competizione, mamma mia. So, now, I mean, this all may be just screwy. It's all screwed. It's just, I mean, it made sense with Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa had a lot more content because it was spread amongst classes and different driving types and all this stuff. Assetto Corsa Competizione is focused on one class of driving, and that is the Blancpain series GT3. You automatically know right off the bat the game's not going to be huge in content like AC or Forza's GT, not GT Sport, but Gran Turismo, regular Gran Turismo. It's not going to be one of those type of games where it just, and of course they're not supporting modders on it. So they're not going to deny modders. If modders can figure out the code and do stuff, they'll allow it, they've said. But they're not going to give them the tools to mod the game. Now, the structure that they've come up with for the early access. Now, this is the stupidest thing. We're gonna sit here. We're gonna release the game September 12th. Actually, I'll show you this one first here. If you look at Steam, of course, if you're on Steam, it says available September 12th, 2018. Now, of course, you got a lot of people sitting there, and I just want to get this out there. A lot of people are sitting there going, "Oh, well, I guess we're not going to get it for summer 2018." Blah 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 blah. September 12th, people. That is still summertime in America. I don't know about other places, but it is still summertime. Summertime does not end until the end of September. So yes, they have met that criteria, what they set for themselves. They are releasing early access in late summer, not early summer, late summer of 2018. But the structure they're going to use for this game to release it is just ridiculous. Now, this is the Assetto Corsa page we're looking at on Twitter, and of course they're showing nice videos and stuff of
looks so pretty.
Spa, which now Spa is not going to be one of the tracks we get to use until full release. Well, so why the fuck are you showing us Spa?
Because it's the most iconic things. When they show Spa, they always show Eau Rouge, right? It's the most iconic part of a track and any racetrack in the world. It's so iconic, and it's always something they'll show. Yeah, because it makes an amazing screenshot. So, there's so much more to that track.
Let's look at their calendar. Yeah. All right, you want to look at their calendar? This is how screwed up this whole early access release is. Now, I get it. It's early access. You're not supposed to technically have the full game. And you're technically not going to get full use of the game, but you are going to get it at a cheaper price. That's the thing. You're basically getting a discount to be a beta tester.
Wow. Yeah. So what do we get to test then?
What you get to test in their first release coming September 12th, and if you look, you're going to get the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. That's the car you get.
Okay.
Then you're going to get Nurburgring GP.
Just one car.
One car, one track.
Hold on. One car, one track. Let me get my bank details. Hold on just a second. What?
Yep.
What? Even the crappiest racing games on the planet, which we're not going to name, right? Even the demo, you get more, a 10-minute demo than these guys are giving you for the price that you're paying.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hold on a minute, right? So one track, one car. Oh, thank you. I'm so overwhelmed. Thank you very, very much. This eagerly anticipated title
No, we don't know what they're going to charge for early access yet. So,
but I mean,
I'm guarantee it's going to be somewhere in the realm of $45 to $50.
I mean, look at that. 1, 2.
So now
the first car
that's
that
build
anyone cares
one.
about is not until November.
That's your build one. Okay. So now build 2, October 10th.
The Bentley.
You're going to get a Bentley Continental GT3. The car nobody really likes.
No. Oh, look. You get basic pit stop features on build 2. So on build 1.
But look, you finally get VR support. You finally get VR support now, the month later.
Yeah, but surely, pit stops are part of it. That shouldn't be a feature.
Then come November. Now November, you get another car. Now you're going to get the BMW M6 GT3, which is cool. I can do with that. And you're also going to get Paul Ricard. Good track. Okay, I'm happy with the track in the car. Something I should have already been able to use. But now we finally get multiplayer, basic.
Woohoo!
And pit stop.
No, we get pit stop in build 2, don't you?
Yeah, but you also but you get the pit stop again, and you're going to get full pit stops in November.
But would you not think, right? If they had pit stop in build 2, right, that shouldn't be a feature in build 3 because you already had it. So as the build goes on, it should gradually get bigger and bigger.
Well, what I'm thinking is that you're gonna when it comes to November, you're gonna get animations and all the other stuff. You're gonna get the full pit stop release.
Okay.
So now, of course, as you can see, it's a 6-month program. The game is supposed to fully release in February, and until then, each month, 1 track, 1 car, and whatever support for certain you're not going to get enhanced multiplayer until January. Okay, so and then you get in February, just before full release, you're going to get live special events. Now I understand they're trying to build something to compete. Now if you play Assetto Corsa on computer, you've probably heard about SRS, which is a global ranking system that it's an external app which you add into the game and you can race with people around the world and Well, they're trying to build this into their game together. You're going to have your own ranking systems and your licenses and all that stuff into the Assetto Corsa Competizione. So you're going to have all
Project Cars 2.
Yeah, similar but probably better because Project Cars 2 doesn't work either.
No, the ranking system works.
Yeah, it's not like they're intending to run it.
No.
So, because you're still limited to how many people can play in a lobby and on a game.
Yeah.
When it comes to Project Cars, they haven't figured out how to allow 100 people all to race in one race and just split different lobbies up.
Any more than 10, it's like it's a lottery as to how many disconnect.
Yeah,
even after the update. Yeah.
I know. So this is what they're going for. I think it's ridiculous. I think they should have just said, hey, you know what? Here's a beta. Here's a couple cars and a couple tracks. Play this. Tell us what you think, and then just wait till full release. Because this piecemeal crap is just. I'm not even going to buy it. I go back out on the road at the end of September. So what? For 2 weeks, I'm going to sit here and play with 1 track and 1 car. Bullshit. So I'm not going to waste my money.
I mean, 4 months in, you get spectator mode. Mm-hmm. So I can't watch any of my races until I've committed 4 months to this.
You can't watch other people race.
Yeah,
That's not replay mode. That's just spectator.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not a PC, but can you imagine if they'd done that on a console? Oh, by the way, you can go and buy the game and the disc. You can install it, but we're going to give you the license, and we're just going to drop in little bits of the game as the months go on. Nobody going to buy that. That just makes no sense at all.
No.
Like you say, run a beta, let people test the beta, run it for 2 weeks, run it for a month or whatever if necessary, right? And then go away, get your data together. If necessary, run a second beta, and then, when you're ready, release the game. Because this, see, I'm frustrated, and I'm not on PC racing, and I'm feeling for people that are frustrated with this, especially with you, because this why drag it out? I know you've got to test stuff, and you got to me, they try to build an interest for the game. They try to build a kind of fan base. Assetto Corsa already has the fan base, whether it be on console, whether it be on PC. You don't need to tease your audience. Everybody's just waiting for this game to drop. Why start fucking around? Pardon my French. Start fucking around with your builds and concepts, because all you're going to do is you're going to take the fan base you've got, and I think a few of them are going to go, you know what, 6 months of this, nah, I'll go and do something else. I'm not. Why should I spend 6 months just waiting for this to come out when we really don't know what the end result's going to be? Give me a beta, let me test it. Let me have eyes on as to what it's going to be. Fully functional. Give me every single feature
without having to pay for it.
How the game runs. Yeah, without having to pay for it. Then I can make that, that educated decision as to whether I want to purchase it, whether I want to wait, or whatever.
I think it's it's just what they do. I mean, they did it with Assetto Corsa, which, like I said, made more sense. It was a lot more content when it came to releasing stuff in stages with the Assetto Corsa. They were new to the game. They brought out a new title. They were a new sim racing developer.
It's an established title and community now.
Well, that's just it. They knocked it out of the park for the most part.
Yeah, they don't need to be messing around like this
with their first title, and then. And then just look at the mess they made of the whole console release of the game. Now I understand different engine. It was there was more they needed to do to bring it to console. The original Assetto Corsa to console. There was more they had to do than just because with the Assetto Corsa Competizione actually being on the Unreal Engine, it should be insanely easy to bring this thing to console.
Yeah. Yeah,
it should not be difficult, and they're still giving the runaround of not telling people whether they're going to release it on console.
It's like you said, right? It's just GT3, so there's not hundreds of cars.
Nope.
The tracks, even as 100 tracks, data wise, it's not massive, right? So if Project Cars 1, if Project Cars 2, if Forza can drop all this content into a game, and some of it is bloody good, and some of it does work really, really well. Why is there a problem just dropping this straight onto console? Do you know what I mean? I don't know why they're making this so difficult and so complex when they don't necessarily need to be. And it's a shame because people are gagging for this game on console. Assetto Corsa's had its ups and downs on console. When it first came out, I took to YouTube, done a video telling everybody not to buy it, and then when rebought it a wee while later once I had a wheel. And I love it.
Well, I can understand.
It still isn't, for me, it's still not a finished game on console, and it's such a shame. I wish
it still has its issues on PC too.
Yeah, I know it's unfinished, and I just wish that they hadn't announced that that's it. There's no more support for it. Why not just continue adding updates and fixing the console one, make it better as best it can be, while or until you're ready to release the new one. Keep people interested, keep people there, because as good as the console version is, for us, maybe not for the PC guys, but for us, we've seen the development where it's coming, where it is now. Pretty much like the story of Project Cars. It was really bad in console. Now it's better than it was. It's not the best, but it's better than it was. Oh yeah. And it is a joy to race. The drive on that is better than it is on PC2. Obviously, PC2 has more content, and it is fun. It's fun to use the game. It's just that there are certain elements that just aren't in it. All the elements you get with any normal racing game, even Forza, right? We can do your tuning, your setups, blah blah. That whole concept of tuning and setting your vehicle up on the console version of Assetto Corsa is very, very basic. It's extremely basic, and I don't understand why. It was advertised as the real racing simulator. Fine, cool. This is the real racing simulator. You go on it. The base game without any DLC was like 15 gig. That's when I got it originally. I was like, why is it so small? What? Is there a second disc? What? Where's the rest of it?
You got the same content PC got when it, because like I said, to be honest with you, most of the content on Assetto Corsa on PC is mod. And there's you basically have all the same content when it comes to developer released content now. I mean, Jesus Christ, when they released the game on console, it took what, a year and a half till they gave you private lobbies?
I about that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
just,
because I didn't rebuy it until it had
yeah. It was like,
the private lobbies.
what was so difficult about that?
Because I couldn't get my head round. It's a real racing simulator, fantastic. Where's the multiplayer,
Well, it
right?
had
And then
multiplayer. It just didn't have
yeah,
private
yeah,
lobbies.
yeah, but you know what I mean. Why would you have a game that's multiplayer where you can't have your own lobby and run your own leagues and do whatever? No, you have to go and play with somebody you don't know. Well, how does that work? Yes, I'm going to force you to go and play with this is Johnny. He's age 11. He has 6 thumbs and he doesn't know how to race. Thank you very much. Is that why I paid the money I paid for this game? Oh, for a real racing simulator to race Johnny with 6 thumbs. Thanks, Johnny.
I will give Assetto Corsa that. They can make that claim on console because it really is probably the best sim experience you're going to get on console.
Through the feedback through the wheel and that, yes, it's fantastic, and there's nothing worse than. And I'd done it. I'd done it the other day, and I wasn't even thinking why I'd done it. I'd been on Assetto, and literally I switched Assetto from straight over onto Project Cars 2, and I was like, trying to take corners. I'm like, gravel, and there's spectators everywhere. I was thinking, what have I done? Is it the setup? I was thinking, hold on a second, take a breath. I've just been on Assetto. Right, no, I've got to stop. So I went away, played something else, gave myself about an hour, and then came back. Because you can't jump from one to the other. It's the same going the other way around. You know what I mean? You're like, Project Cars. You get a set one, you're like, ugh. So you've got to be really careful because there are 2 different beasts.
Yeah. Well, that was the complaint people would have with trying to jump from Forza to Project Cars 1. I didn't have the problem. For some reason, I never had the issue. But
yeah.
It was just, I don't know. I was never very good at Forza to begin with.
Finally admits it.
What do you mean finally? I couldn't. I was not very good at Forza because I couldn't understand the concept of why won't the car turn when it's supposed to turn.
Yeah. I get
It's
that.
just, I don't know. Forza to me was always been ice racing. The tire model on Forza for me, it's never good. And it's part of the reason why I've grown to dislike the game. It's me. I was always slower than the guys I raced with because for the most part, sometimes I'd find a car and like when me and Biggie were tuning them, and occasionally I'd get a car and I'd get a tune in there going, holy shit, the car actually works. And you can find you can find cars in Forza. Don't get me wrong, you can find cars in Forza that actually work properly. If they're tuned properly, they will work. I just don't have the time to deal with that bullshit because there's too many goddamn cars in Forza, not enough tracks, and now just to put more tracks in there, they put their make-believe tracks back in the game. It's just, I don't know.
See, fantasy tracks have. I'm 50-50 when it comes to fantasy tracks. Because sometimes fantasy track, you race it and you go, were they drunk? What is this? And other times you got a fantasy track and you go, this is actually very good. Highlands, I don't know if you get it on the PC version of a sale.
Yes.
On the Corsa, yeah.
You want
it? There's a lot of people who just haven't raced it.
See, there's
and it's a very, very good. I mean, it's got a bit of everything. To be honest with you, I suppose it's like the sort of thinking North Life, and you've probably done the same sort of lines. It's got a bit of everything. It's got the fast. It's got the slow. It's got your different cambers. It's bumpy. It's smooth. You can really test it. Really test you because you can go from going extremely fast. Having to come right down the gears and take really difficult corners, only get back in the power again.
There's a really nice track I wish you guys could get on console called Lake Louise. It's on PC. It's an absolutely gorgeous mod. And you can do things, either you can race it, or you can put it on the very long drive, And you could just grab an ordinary car
Just
and
cruise,
pretend you're
yeah.
going for an ordinary drive. You can pull into the parking lot of the hotel. You can sit there and park. You can look out
Bit of
over the
dogging.
lake, and you can, so it's one of those type of tracks to where you can sit there
Have
and
a
go,
beer with your buddy.
yeah, you know, I just want to go for a drive. You know when you sit there and you jump into your car, and you just want to go for a drive.
Yeah.
You can do that with that track, and it's just it's awesome, and it's like, why won't you officially make this and put it on the console? Because I guarantee you'd have some people on console going, wow, this is freaking awesome.
See, there's one track on Project Cars 2, and it's just a coincidence they're both Scottish tracks, right? It is a fancy track, and I would like to have it on a setup, because I would like to run it on a setup, because
I mean,
I
yeah,
wanna
even
see how-
Bannock Bray and Project
Bannock
Cars
Bray,
2 is
yeah.
freaking a fantasy track.
Bannock Bray is a fantastic track. Now,
Yes, it is. I will give you that.
Formula 3, I've done touring cars, GT3s. It suits every car, and it's really strange. And it's a track that is, I mean, it's quite a long track. And again, you've got elevation changes, hard corners, slow corners. You've got bumps, smooth. You've got everything you need. And it's a road track. It's not a race track. It's a road track. And you've got the pub, the pub, which is if you haven't raced it on PC2, it's got a road course, and you come through and there's a building like there, and there's a fence there. You just got to snake through at high speed, and if you're two abreast, there's only one of you going to make it. And it's always funny when you hear that because somebody's just gone head first straight into the side of the pub, or the bar as you call it.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic track, and I wish that had been. I wish they could do it on Settle, because I think it'd make for a fantastic drive. It really would.
Oh,
really would.
you know what?
And
I have to look for
it's
it.
beautiful as well.
I have to look for it. Maybe we have it, because I know we have Maple Valley from Forza on Assetto Corsa.
Okay. Well, if it's on a Settle, mate, it'd be interesting if you could do. If it is there, is just do a video, mate. Just of you just doing a couple of laps. I'd be interested to see what it's like.
I tell you what I do
love.
love.
I don't know if it will, because it is a fancy track built by SMS.
I tell you what I do love. Now, this is a track I absolutely hate on Forza.
Okay.
It's called Road Atlanta.
I love Road Atlanta.
I hate it on Forza because, again, the whole slippery tire model, car's not holding for me. The track becomes a nightmare because you have so many tight turns and S's and.
Yeah,
but
Sebring and Road Atlanta, we won on Project Cars 2. We won those tracks. Road Atlanta's fantastic.
On Assetto Corsa, we had the mod for Road Atlanta. I absolutely love that track.
Yeah,
because
it's such a good track.
Road Atlanta is such a different track when you actually have a car that reacts like a car should when it, when you turn and you go. I love that track. So it
is a shame.
So I mean, again, and it's a track I wish you guys could get on. It's just we have all these mod. I mean, some of them are crap. Don't get me wrong. Mods are not all good and everything all the time. There's a lot of crap out there when it comes to modded tracks.
People will just mod for modding, won't they? It's not necessarily quality. It's just because I can mod, I'll mod. I think there's some games that are released. I think that just because you can make a game, it doesn't mean that you should. Some games you pay for and you go, what is this? What is this? I'd rather go back and play something on the Sega Master System than this. Yeah, no, I get that. I totally get that, man. Oh, man. Right.
So, anyway, but Assetto Corsa Competizione, get your shit together. I mean, I probably now, I'm not going to be, I'm going to head out the end of September. I'll be home a few times throughout the winter and so forth, but I ain't going to officially be back home towards the end of March. So Assetto Corsa Competizione is probably not going to be a purchase for me until about that time, as long as people I know sit there and say it's worth it.
By the time you're back, mate, I'll be out on console.
I'll be like, I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet it's releasing this February. I'm willing to bet probably by 2020. Sometime about a year later, it'll probably be on console. And of course, you'll have to deal without private lobbies and multiplayer enhanced.
No, Oh, when you told me yesterday about the whole, or yesterday for me sent a message about the new settle, immediately I was like, 2020, that's console 2020. So all these questions on my page, over chatting in lobbies, and like, oh, well, when's it coming out? Anyone know what's coming out? Yeah, 2020, mate. Oh, really? Do you know? Yeah. Trust me, I know. Well, mission? No, just I know. Why? Because Gally said so. Oh, hell to God.
I'm figuring it'll be probably about a year. That's my guess, is they're going to wait about a year. They're going to see how the reaction is on PC. Because like I said, it's Unreal. And get this, of course, from Billy Strange. He's the one who was talking to me about it. I was talking to him about it, and he made it. It's like Unreal's easier, and I was like, yeah, he's right. Unreal should be, because there's already Unreal games on console that are using the Unreal Engine. So
there's loads.
Yeah. So it's like, you know what? You're right. So they'll do the whole. Let's see how it launches on PC. Let's see it. How well it works, and then probably about a year later they'll sit there and say, okay, we're releasing it, blah 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 blah. So it'll be much easier to bring over to port over to the consoles, and then of course you'll have to deal with the whole. Now I don't know what 505 Games is, because I don't know if people have paid attention, but 505 Games bought the Kunos and the Assetto Corsa.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well 505 Games will work with things like Microsoft, because a lot of the issues when it came to the Assetto Corsa was them trying to pass approval from Sony and Microsoft when it came to releasing their shit on console.
Yeah, this is sorry, but this is not new news for Microsoft. Microsoft it's well known that if you want to release a title on Microsoft, you have to jump through more hoops, probably double the hoops, to get it released on any of their platform than you do with Sony. Sony go, yeah, looks good, works, fantastic, we're happy with it. Yeah, but let's go for release. So you have that coffee in the morning. Meanwhile, your partner is over the other side of the country talking to Microsoft. Microsoft going, well, it's like a dodgy mechanic. You take your car in and go, don't know, bring it in. I'll have a look at it. I can't promise anything. And Microsoft do it all the time. And why? If it works, just release it. If it does, if it doesn't work, it's not on you. It's on the developer. And I think they've got a bit of a hard neck going with developers and games and anything they want to release on their platforms. When Harold, look at your system. Your system is your Xbox Live and the clouds and storage and the whole working engine of it is far from perfect. It is far from perfect. You're going to sit there and go, oh, I don't know if your fantastic title should be released on our platforms. Really, you're probably just jealous that they've got something to work that you haven't. That's the way I see it.
So we're gonna switch it up here a little bit. I'm gonna talk strictly about something on PC again. Again, not on console. But if you're a sim racer, of course you should have heard about a game called R Factor, and of course we're on R Factor 2.
Oh, you mentioned it, yeah.
So R Factor 2 was one of those games that everybody liked. It was great handling, great physics, everything. Was old when it came to graphics. They were on an older DirectX. Now that they've come to DirectX 11, they're doing a lot of updating of the game. They're just starting the whole day, night, and rain aspect of the game, so it's bringing a whole new dynamic to the game. They do have some laser scan tracks, but they just released a new laser scan track, Sebring. A lot of people like Sebring. A lot of people like Sebring, and so now if you're an R Factor 2 fan, or if you haven't been on your R Factor 2 game in a while, you might want to check it out, because you probably got some updates. You got some new cars released as far as R Factor is concerned. But now you have the new laser scan Sebring International Raceway. But also, what you're also got coming next month, and a lot of people are looking forward to this. There was a game called Automobilista, or there is a game called Automobilista. Another great, fantastic game, but old, looks old in comparison with the graphics and stuff like that, but still a great game. they finished production, or they finished development, and they're moving on to a new title from Automobilista, which most people just call AMS. They're going to be coming out with a newer title, more updated, newer engine, and so forth. So it's going to, hopefully they're going to step up to compete with the newer games. But what they're doing is all of the great classic cars and tracks and stuff that they have on that, which they do a lot of stuff from South America. You know, they have a lot of the South America V8s and a lot of tracks from in South America. So there was a lot of great content that you actually don't even get in other games.
See, I want Sebring because of rain. I want to see if it's drivable in the rain. Because my only experience,
we know it's not in Forza.
It's Forza 6. It's like going on a country drive. You're just going around that lake, around that lake, around that lake. So I want to see if it's actually drivable in the rain, properly.
But anyway, so the company that makes Automobilista is, of course, Reza Studios. There is an official Reza pack coming to R Factor 2, to where now R Factor 2 is going to get the content from Reza, which of course they've used the same Reza. When they started that game, they got the engine from the same place that was using R Factor, the original R Factor game and stuff. But now that they're developing the new game, they're bringing a lot of their content and they're giving it to R Factor, or they're sending it over to R Factor 2. So a lot of us are looking forward to and heard about this whole Reza pack coming to R Factor 2. And from what I've read, it's coming next month. So I have not been able to find an actual date yet. Hopefully I can find one soon. All I have found is next month. So that's just my little tidbit of information I wanted to get out there. I wish I could tell you more, but the Reza pack will be coming very soon. And now back to CJ. What do you got, CJ?
Back to me.
Take it away, CJ.
Right. Take it away. Right. It was a good game when released. But the Xbox first came out, it was a good game. Halo. Right, so Halo started off as a really good game and they ruined it. But how hell? There's always been want for a TV show with a Master Chief, right? There's been rumours for years. Is one going to happen? It is going to happen. It's not going to happen. We were promised one, then it got taken away. They've now announced that in 2019 it will start production. That's the latest, right? That's going to happen. Now, I was looking forward to this. I was, right? But then I've seen a couple of fan-made ones or run by little independent studios, and I don't know if it will. And not as a TV show. I think as a movie, I think it would work. Get a big budget behind it, and it would work because it needs to be big, dramatic, bold, noise, and loads of money thrown at it. You know, it's going to be one of those CGI things, isn't it? To do it on a lower budget, I don't think you're going to get the scale of how big Halo is on the small screen. So
depends. If they limit the show to taking place on the rings, then that's different.
I mean, if it's picked up by let's say the same sort of people do, like say the Game of Thrones and that, where they have a budget, they have a serious budget, and you look at that and you go, that's like a movie every week. Do you know what I mean? If it's something like that, then yes. Will it get picked up by a major studio? Probably not, because it's a serious gamble. Because let's be fair, any movie that's based on a video game generally is fucking terrible. Do you know what I mean? Hitman could have been good. It was terrible. For me, the only Need for Speed, good movie, but not really based on the game, was it? For me, the only movie I can think of, right? Yeah, well, for me it was, right? For the only movie I can think of that I enjoyed, right, as a game, probably not because it was a game, but I just enjoyed it because it was kind of a niche at the time. It fitted. Was Mario Brothers with Bob Hoskins way back when. I quite enjoyed that film. I thought it was funny.
This will be the last episode. CJ will be joining this podcast. Just on,
It was one of those films
such
you
a
go,
horrible taste in a movie.
I thought it was funny. I, you know.
Yeah. Oh, let's make a movie about two Italian plumbers, and let's cast a Puerto Rican and a British guy.
Hey, you know what I mean? If you want to start talking about casting in movies, mate, we could be here all day. Because there's so many movies get cast, and you go, what? Why is that person cast? That makes no sense at all.
That Mario Brothers movie had to be the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
It was stupid, but it was just, you know, at the time, you look at back at the time, though, it was the early 90s, right? And, you know, you just had this fantastic decade of the 80s films where if you could make a film, you made it, and it made money. It didn't necessarily have to be good in the 80s, right?
Yeah, but when you have the actors who regret doing the movie.
Yeah, that happens. That happens all the time.
Bob Hoskins regrets doing that movie. Dennis Hopper thought the movie was horrible.
See, I'm a fan of, I mean, I like Roger Rabbit, I'll be honest, right?
Well, that was a good movie.
I think it's a good movie.
That was a good movie.
And there's some, like, really good films, right?
I'm actually looking forward to the new one with Melissa McCarthy with the Muppets there, the R-rated Muppets.
Yeah, for me, there's some films that I think, you know, that are iconic, Oscar-winning, award-winning, you know, established films, and I think, nah, I don't see it. I really, really don't see it. People go, it's a fantastic film. What do you mean of that? Nah, I really don't see it. Shawshank Redemption, right? You know, acclaimed film. Awesome
movie.
I know for me, it doesn't hit a note with me. Green Mile, I love that movie. But Shawshank Redemption, I think it's just it's over. I don't know, overplayed. I don't know. It's like sometimes there's a song in the video and it's on every day.
You're just a strange little man.
I am strange, but this is why this works. If it was normal, this wouldn't work. Okay, because you're kind of like the normal dude.
I'm kind of the normal dude.
I said kinda.
Kinda.
I didn't say you're normal. So you're kind of the normal dude. One of us is kind of got to be normal. One of us is kind of sort of be weird and kind of, and not practical.
Not practical.
Yeah. So yeah, Halo.
Halo TV show. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Show.
It's not on Netflix. You know. It's not on Hulu.
No. Will it happen? Will it not? Probably not.
Hey Brandon. Hey, how you doing? Finally, we got somebody talking in the
If
chat.
it hasn't happened by now, why wait till now? The game's, you know, it's been out bloody long enough. I think it's just another teaser. I don't think it's going to happen. If it does happen, it needs to be massive budget, big budget.
Well, I don't know. Look what Netflix does with the Marvel shows. They don't have huge budgets, and they're good.
See the movie. You know who I think would be perfect for that movie?
Are we PG here? No, Brandon, we are not PG.
No, is James Cameron. I think that's right up his street. Or even Jerry Bruckheimer. It does the Transformers movies. I think that'd be.
As you can see, Brandon, sporting the Billy Strange shirt.
Check him out. Doesn't he look good? Don't you spill coffee on your shirt?
No, I won't.
That's a massive coffee cup.
What were you saying about David Cameron?
Really?
Or James Cameron? Sorry.
Ex-Prime Minister of the UK produces the next Transformers movie. What the hell? You heard it.
That's not Cameron. That's Michael Bay. Michael Bay's the Transformer.
Sorry, yeah. James Cameron done Terminator, didn't he? Yeah, Michael Bay.
Avatar. James Cameron does Avatar.
I can't wait for Avatar 2.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Disney will get rid of it now that deal is finally finalized and Disney owns Fox.
So yeah, Michael Bay. Yeah, I think, you know, you look at the visual aspects of the Transformers movies, no matter how good or bad they are, and I think right up his street. I definitely think he's the one for it. Why did I say James? Even James Cameron, I think he'd make a good movie as well. I think he would. I would do.
I know. I think James Cameron is full of himself. But it's, you know, so in other words, hey, he pretty much fits with David Cameron.
See, James Cameron's full of himself. David Cameron's full of shit. I can see where you were going with that. And that is official, by the way. You can quote me on that. Yeah. I'll have the state police knocking the door down.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know, I'm trying to ignore the fact, right? See, earlier when we were talking, right, I took the lid off my pen. And I turned my pen round, I didn't realise. And I went to put the lid back on. And I've done this and I've stabbed myself in the hand. I've got like a hole in my hand. I've been trying to ignore it, but it's kind of sore. Yeah, so that's your Halo TV show. I'm not going to talk a bit more about it. So, where do you want to go next? Do you want to? Oh, I tell you, let's go into this one. If you're interested, if you own an Xbox.
What was it? Oh, Brandon. Brandon says Hollywood is weird. Just a bunch of people verbally stroking each other.
Why verbally stroking? Just stroke each other. They worry about lawsuits, don't they? Come on,
well, nowadays, yeah, everybody's going to court now because they were actually stroking each other.
Just saw Shazam come up on the screen. There's a delay. You guys have seen us, about 30 seconds later. But you can imagine on the red carpet, right? Instead of verbally stroking, but they were just there, and all of a sudden they all just kind of got together and just start stroking each other. Right?
Yeah, but that's why everybody's getting arrested and getting sued now because they were actually
because there's too many snowflakes in the world. Yes, this is true. This is very, very true.
Look at all the mess that's going on in Hollywood. But anyway, that's for a different podcast. So.
You tell me the mess in Hollywood like it's a new thing. Really? It's a mess in Hollywood? No. Really? No. Yes? No. It happens. It happens. Yes. Do you own an Xbox? Would you like to save some money? No, not Microsoft aren't opening their bank, just in case you thought that. No. Huge sale, massive sale on Xbox right now. Over 700 titles have dropped in price. Now, if I say over 700 titles have dropped in price, that doesn't mean it's over 700 good games. Some games have dropped to like £2. Massive sale. Save yourself $2. What am I saving? And the games that you go, oh yeah, I'd like to get that. I'll get it when it comes down in price. Those are the ones that have come down like £2. And then they'll take a game that nobody wants, drop the price by like 50%. Mate, I went buy it at full price, and at full price, it was cheaper than a cheeseburger. I'm not going to buy it now. It's the same price as a shake. What's going on? You know what I mean? So there's a massive sale on Xbox. Now there is a sale going on, and 60% off on PlayStation Store. Now I said this yesterday. Me and Gal were talking, right? That PlayStation Store is. Did you fart?
No, that was your chair.
No, that the creak. No, I heard it.
No, that was me.
No.
You got the dogs in the room?
I was checking. You got to check. I've got 4 small dogs. No. Normally you smell it and you go, who's in here? No, it's no one here. Where was it? Oh, yeah,
PlayStation.
Yeah, so for some reason, I don't know why it is, right? PlayStation has fantastic titles. They do, fantastic titles. But see their store, it's terrible. And when they have a sale, their sale is worse than Microsoft's sale. Because they have sale on games that nobody bloody wants. I mean, there's games on there that
yeah,
nobody
they do that,
wants.
And then they'll have stuff that are good when Microsoft has shit nobody wants. they seem to do that. They go back and forth, which is fine with me because I'd rather have nothing that I want on PlayStation and then have something I want on Xbox. Play that, and then when Xbox has nothing I want, then there's something I want on PlayStation.
Yeah, I was on PlayStation yesterday looking for some good deals, and I was like, nah, there's nothing on there. But then again, there's over 700 that was Microsoft, and I look at it and go, nah, there's nothing on there.
Oh, and if you are, speaking of PlayStation, Xbox, all that, if you are a Division player, the new global event starts this Monday.
You just slip it in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to. I'm looking for actually Matt.
I started screwing the salt lid.
Well, now Matt's back on PlayStation 4, and he's like, I'm back on the Division too, and I was like, oh, really? So maybe I'll have somebody to team up with on the Division, and we'll go do some global assaults. And
who?
Matt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's actually got a level 30 agent.
Ooh.
Yeah, something you could have if you'd bother to put the time into the game.
Well, no, this is weird. There was a bit of an epiphany yesterday with me. I know. Who knew?
An epiphany.
An epiphany. I was playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, and it dawned on me, and I was like, I don't know why, because they're both Tom Clancy titles, right? Because I'm doing this tier system now, where you instead of you complete the game, you do tiers, so you're leading towards tier 1, right? and it's mega hard, mega hard. I mean, you know, I went from one tier to another, and it's just like bloody hell, right? And I was in contact, having a battle. I thought,
welcome back, Brandon.
This is Division. Just the way it was work. I thought, this is just Division. No, it's a lot more fun than Division, but just it hit a point where it was like, this is now going to be a grind because you're doing the tier system of it.
Yeah, I play the World Tier 5 on Division,
and the level just going up one tier on Ghost Re on Wildlands.
Which I find weird because on Wildlands it goes, the low tier is 5, the high tier is tier 1, right?
No, the low tier, you start at 50 and then you work your way up to tier 1. Now, I've just got tier 40, and the difference between 41 and 40 is just mental.
All right, so yeah, so you're counting, you're going backwards. So tier 1 is the highest. See, when we're at Division, you've only got 5 tiers. You got, it's called the World Tier in the Division, and you start at tier 1 when you first start, when you first reach level 30 and all that. And so you're in tier 1, and then basically you just keep going, and then you get to tier 5, which is the top. As you get, because once you hit, it's like Destiny. You hit level 30 with your agent. Okay, boom. Now you start building your gear sets. And that's where then, you know, like how Destiny does their light levels, your gear set levels then go up in the Division that does your ranking, and then that determines what world you should be playing in.
So when I had this thing, right? Remember a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned how they've added this extra level where it's like, you know, insane, impossibly hard, above tier 1. Right? I'm at tier 40, and it is you've really got to think about what you're doing. You can't make any mistakes, and I've got another 40 tiers to go.
Sucks to be
before I can get to this next one. I might get to tier 1 by the time if there's a second one comes out.
You know, you can always go over to the Division.
Golf score?
Yeah, the lowest score.
Oh, right, okay.
You're Scottish and born in St. Andrews. How do you not get a golf joke?
Because we're talking about Tom Clancy, and he just goes golf score. What the golf score? Yes, I am born in St. Andrews. I grew up in the home of golf, and it's the most boring sport on the planet. Let's get the smallest ball, let's hit it miles away, walk up to it and go, finally I found it.
How do you feel about haggis?
Oh, it's disgusting.
And he's a Scotsman. How is this possible?
Hold on. Here we go. Here's all the meat that nobody wants to eat. We're going to wrap it in sheep's stomach. We're going to boil it. Here you go, mate. Thanks, I'm full. Thank you. Honestly, no, I'll have a cracker and some cheese. I'm good. No, come on, mate. We're sat back laughing, watching the whole world eat this. Yo, look at him. He's eating testicle meat in a stomach sack. Oh, what a mug. Yeah, no, it's not for me. It's not for me.
Yeah, some Scotsman you are. I tell you.
Hey, don't ever go at me. All right, don't ever go at me.
Why not?
I'm a happy Scotsman.
You're a happy Scotsman?
Yeah, weird.
You're a lonely Scotsman right now.
I'm the only Scotsman in here. Yeah, I hope so.
Yoli, come back. He needs you.
Yeah, right now I need some backup. I'm getting bullied by Gal.
But anyway.
CG with big words, impressive. You sound surprised by that, Brandon. I know some big words. It's, you know that. Hey, education. Yes. Not sure.
He takes an aspirin after the show.
Education's
quite a big
word
headache.
For everything. I am aware of that. So I don't know. He'll drink. Yes, Kimber. Hello, mate.
Oh, hey, Kimber. That is Brandon's wife.
Oh, hello, Kimber. Did we not speak about her last week? But in a good way. We should mention.
Yeah, we spoke about Kimber last week.
Yeah. Yes, nice to meet you. Yeah, I am Brew. Yeah. Now, here's the thing, right? We're going completely off subject here. As we do. Go on YouTube, right? There's videos of Americans eating and drinking like British foods and stuff like that. I am Brew. It's fantastic, but they've killed it. They've absolutely killed it. The UK has this new sugar tax thing, right? So they've changed the recipe for I am Brew, and it's just not what it was, right? And what I'm about to tell you is not a lie. There's now a black market for original recipe Iron Brew. I am not joking you, right? There's a guy selling 6 2-litre bottles of Iron Brew on the Facebook marketplace for 60 quid. Right? They're trying to sell it, and somebody's like PM'd you. Somebody was going to buy it. £60 for 6 bottles of like pop. There's a black market for Iron Brew. Makes no sense. I don't know.
It's the way the world's going. I mean, the way you guys are taxed over there. I mean, you literally pay tax for everything.
Well, no, it's different. Like we pay tax.
Just like me and Matt discussed yesterday. You even gotta buy a license to be able to watch TV in your freaking country.
No, you don't.
What do you mean?
No, you don't. No, they say you have to, but the reality is, I mean, if you want to put up all the visits and the inspectors at your door, you don't have to, right? You only have to buy a TV license if you watch live TV. If everything you watch is on demand or recorded, you don't have to watch it. Unless they can prove you're watching it in live broadcast, right? But the crazy thing is...
That's still live license, broadcast.
Right?
You're not allowed to watch a live broadcast without a license. I mean...
Yeah, right. Look at that. Yeah, but the thing is, this is for the BBC. You know, the British Bias Corporation pile of shit that is, right? You're not paying for the rest of the channels because they have commercials. So they pay for themselves. So I don't watch the BBC. Yeah, but you still need a license. Why? Because it's part of the British... state. Yeah, don't even get me started. That's a podcast of its own. Don't get me started on that, honestly. Don't get me started on that. So yeah,
it's so easy to get you going.
Woosah. Don't get me all irate, mate. This is going really well. God, honestly.
We need entertainment. We have guests. We need entertainment.
Yeah,
remember, I'm the technical one. You're the entertaining one.
No. This is a serious podcast, right? We talk about serious issues, right? Apart from Forza, which wasn't a serious issue.
It's not a serious game.
This is just going to plot. What happened? Right? This was going so well.
I'll blame it on Kimber.
Definitely Kimber's fault.
Yeah, she mentioned Iron Brew.
Did you hear that? Okay, that'd be chilly.
What'd she say? Just don't let them in and say the antenna is broken.
They have these ways and means of. But I'm not going to go into it. No, that's a completely different thing.
No, you're not gonna hook them.
No, that's not what this podcast is about. This podcast
she's throwing it out there, trying to reel you in, though.
We got ourselves another one. No, it's not happening.
So, anyway,
so what are we talking about next?
I don't know. I'm still livid over the whole Assetto Corsa Competition thing. That's all I really wanted to go off on today because that shit pissed me off.
It pissed him off.
And we already covered it, so. You missed that one, Brandon. Oh, I went off on that.
Brandon, you're barred. You're banned. Get offline. You're not allowed online ever again. What
Brandon, please. Forza Horizon, best sim ever.
Kimber, just reach over and give him a slap. Right?
Please do.
If he doesn't react to the first one, punch him in the gut with the second one.
Forza Horizon.
You can't post that up, Brandon.
See, it was an entertaining game, yes, but sim? Please.
Honestly, in respect.
It was Need for Speed and a freaking festival setting.
God almighty. Brandon. Do you know? I used to respect you. I used to. You're just not the person we knew. You've changed. I'm so disappointed in you right now. I really am.
That's like saying GT Sport is the level of freaking where the rest of the Sims should shoot for. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think 2 is about to be free on Xbox. It should be free. Freaking how old is it is now?
What's that?
Horizon 2.
It is, yeah. Horizon. Is that? Yeah. It's Games Gold, yeah. So it's free, yeah.
It should be, but
it's one of the games you can play and switch off and do what you want to do. Have a bit of fun. But you can't take it seriously.
No,
you can't.
I don't take any Forza title seriously.
Rant won't engaged. I'm not gonna write it.
You composed?
I'm composed.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something to throw at Brandon. To not think Kimber slapped him.
Can you reach him?
I don't know if Kimber slapped him. Clearly not. Or if she did, she didn't slap him hard enough. Because he's still typing. Break his fingers.
He's not unconscious.
Yeah.
But anyway, so did we cover everything? Oh, you wanted to talk about retro gaming, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I was going to, but if you don't want it, it's fine. We've kind of drifted off into our own.
Okay, here's my thing when it comes to retro gaming. Okay, I've been.
It's like saying Army 2 is the best co-op game ever. Right with you there. Oh, you know.
Touche, Kimber.
You can see the two guys wearing the masks. Do you know what? They just need a mother figure. They just need
a hug.
The two lonely guys. They've obviously never been loved. They've never had a home cooked meal. That's all they need, isn't it? Take the masks off, boys. Wash your hands. Sit down at the dinner table. Mummy's made you roast. That's all they need. That's all they need.
But anyway, so here's my thing with retro gaming. I've been gaming as long as gaming's been around. Now, yes, I am older. I'm almost 50 years old. Your first home console came out in 1971. It was called the Magnavox Odyssey. Now, of course, when I was a few years old, we ended up having one, and I gamed on one probably up until I was about 6, 7 years old. And I played games on it with my uncles and stuff.
So you were gaming out the womb?
Well, I was a few years old when I was hanging out with my uncles.
He's a pacifier and a controller.
Pretty much. But so, and then of course we graduated to like the Atari 2600, which came out in the late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been gaming right along with gaming, and that's the problem with the world. Not enough mothers. Got plenty of motherfuckers, but not enough mothers.
I'm just too many mofos.
But anyway, so the thing is we're at a level of gaming when it comes to consoles. I'll just go with consoles. Let's leave PC out of it right now. But just the level of gaming we're getting on consoles now when it comes to Xbox One and PS4. That's a level of gaming I couldn't imagine when I was younger, in the 80s. And so, when the 80s came out and then, I got my Nintendo, the original Nintendo, the NES. When I got that for Christmas one year, and it was like unbelievable. At that time, we were getting that type of stuff. So to reach this level that we're at now, it's just so incredible. I don't want to play those older games because I've experienced them. I was there right through the whole thing. The retro gaming, I think, was what's really taking off. Is you've got the younger people who didn't get to experience everything that came beforehand. So they're like, oh, look, it's like bell-bottom jeans. The only people wearing bell-bottom jeans are the idiots who weren't wearing them back in the 70s.
You've still got a pair, haven't you?
No.
You've still got that favorite pair hanging in the closet, haven't you? Yeah, you do.
I have. I was one of those kids. I had to wear them. I ended up having to wear plaid a lot when I was a kid. So these are things I don't dress in because I
dress in.
I look at
corduroy.
No, I dress in things like Billy Strange shirts, or I'd wear a Sin Pit shirt if Sean ever bought real men's sizes.
How many plugs do you want to do on this podcast?
Because it's Billy Strange. I got to give him some views. He's got to get more subscribers.
I need to put my finger out and get my grid T-shirt done. My grid cap.
YouTube chat delay is brutal. Yeah, I know. There's so much. YouTube really needs to get fixed.
Yeah. So, my first gaming experience. Woke up Christmas morning. I must have been about, I think 8 or 9. It was the first gaming experience, and my mum and dad had bought us. Me and my little brother John had bought us an Amstrad CPC 464. That was my first gaming experience. So my first gaming experience was on a computer.
So get this. He started gaming on PC, but now he refuses to do it.
Well, no, because that's the first thing. Because at the time, this was before sort of consoles in the UK. You didn't get it. Because after that, my experience was.
What do you mean you didn't get it? The Atari
was yeah, no, but it was a money thing as well. I mean, like.
You're talking about early 80s.
My dad bought me that. It was one where you put the cassette in, you got to play, and if you get it doesn't load, you got to rewind it. Try and fast forward it to get it to load quicker. And what was it? Rolling on the Ropes or something was my first ever experience. Console wise was Sonic on the Sega Master System 1. Sega Master System 2 was my first experience proper like getting into gaming. And then since then I was kind of just hooked on the consoles, and it went from then. But I did have a very obscure console. I spoke to you yesterday about this. Right. A Philips CDI. Now, some people might be going, "What is it? Is it a Walkman? What is it?" No. It was a console of sorts. You had this little controller, had a little joystick in the top, with buttons either side, and that was it. That's all you had. It wasn't like a little controller you normally have. And the titles were pretty crap, to be honest with you. And there was a TV show called Thunder in Paradise, which I didn't realise was a TV show with Hulk Hogan, and they used to have a game version of that. Now I got it off a friend of mine.
Yeah, this is what he's talking about here.
Yeah, and I thought it was. At the time, I thought, this is interesting. This is the bee's knees. Looking back now, I look at it and think, that was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And I don't.
They did a lot with Neo Geo.
Yeah, and this is probably why preach about shirt size is no shirt for me either. No, that's not it. No.
I know. Sean's got to get his shit together when it comes to those shirts, right, Brandon?
See your image. See the one above it in the middle. That's the one I had.
The what? Yeah.
The CDI that you showed, it wasn't the one in the main picture. It was the one above it in the middle. Was the one I had. This
one here.
I know. So I've got to wait on the delay from YouTube to see what you're posting.
This is Philips Magnavox.
It wasn't the best thing, by far. And it's probably why Philips never continued to down the console line, because it had serious limitations. But I found Sega, and then I kind of went from there. That's the one. Yeah, and that was your controller. So your joystick in the middle, and you had the buttons either side, and that was it. The buttons on the.
It was as bad as the Intellivision. I had that also, along with the Atari.
Yeah, the sort of 5 buttons you see on the main controller bit, that was all to do with your settings and stuff and what have you. But you literally had 3 controls, 2 buttons, and that was it. Done. I think there's like a little trigger underneath, a little button underneath. But that was it. It was done and dusted. But Sega, Family. I used to play a lot on an Amiga.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Now you're talking about this Philips CDI.
Yeah.
And when you talk about Nintendo, everybody's like, "Oh, the Nintendo is where Zelda and all that was, right?"
But that's not where it came from.
There you go.
That's not where it came from. It made its mark on Nintendo.
They actually called one of the games on the CDI Link.
Yeah.
Link and Zelda. So if you're one of those people who think Zelda was always on Nintendo, nope.
It's just that's
they're made by Nintendo.
Yeah, that's where it kind of establishes that when it is the home. CDI, check that out, man. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts, mate. Honestly.
Yeah. They had some decent games on there.
Do you know what's weird is you look back at some of the old titles, right? And if you can remember back when you were actually playing those titles, and you think, that's so realistic. Wow, that looks so real. And like for me, I was playing one of the old GTAs recently on PS4. So I've downloaded them all on PS4 because they're all dirt cheap. And I've gone back to play them, and I'm never going to touch them again. Because you go back and you go, was it that bad? Was it really that bad? Because at the time, there's no other reference, nothing else out there. And you think, this is amazing. This is it's so realistic. Look how real the guy looks. And it's like, oh my God, it's shockingly bad. But as you say, for the ones who didn't experience that that generation of gaming, I think is important for the kids now. If you don't know about gaming,
yeah, but you
jump
really,
on your Xbox One, go and have a look at what
find
where
a
it came from.
working Philips CDI and the games. You're talking a difficult task plus expensive.
Yeah. You probably find the work.
Yeah, they were a shit
not
show,
too
Gamber. Gaming was not easy when we were young. Or should I say when I was young? Gaming wasn't easy. Unless you had an Atari. Because Atari was... This is the thing. You look at a controller nowadays, you got all these buttons, the sticks, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Atari, one stick, one button.
I remember going to a friend of mine, Colin Grant, who we were at school with, and he had the Atari. And I can remember sitting in his front room. There's a big black and white TV. It might be colour, right? And it was the two, the little bats and the ball bouncing, right? And we're sat there with this joystick with the red button next to it, right? And that was it. And then my friend Hugh had, he had the I think it was a Mega 600. Yep. Used to put the little hard discs in the top right. We used to play things like sporting games. You got the joystick and you're wiggling the joystick like mad, trying to run or whatever. And the amount of like accessories you would break in order to actually achieve these games, whether it be joysticks or whatever, was mental. And that was my first. I think that was my first Need for Speed game. Was on the Amiga 600 at my friend's house.
I'll be honest with you. The Amiga 600 was a very good computer.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I knew more people that were doing flight simulators on the Amiga 600 than most anywhere.
It wasn't Ace Combat. Maybe it was Ace Combat, early version of it. I'm sure he had.
I think it was. I think that's where Ace Combat started.
Ace Combat, yeah. I can remember him playing on it and stuff. But we were always very policed by his dad. His dad was RAF, and his dad would come home and we'd be on it. He'd be like, right, okay, actually, you just come and turn it off. Right, homework. He'd already done his homework. He'd check with his mum. He'd done his homework. I'd go along. We'd sit in front of the computer. We'd be there. We'd really be there for like a couple of hours. And Dad would come. We'd just come in, switch off in the middle of whatever we were doing. So we could be sat there for like hour and a half trying to do this mission. The joysticks, we finally got it because obviously there's no cheats back then. You had to do it. You try to get it. We finally got it, and his dad would just come in and just turn it off. Commodore 64. Remember them?
The funniest thing is
everything.
Everybody I knew had a Commodore 64. I never had one.
No, see, my friends had the Commodore. I had the Amstrad. Yeah.
I had the Atari. I had an Atari PC that you would hook to a television, and it was just basically it was just a big bulky keyboard that had a slot to put cartridges in if you wanted to do some games. So it had a special game cartridge thing, and you'd hook it up to your TV, and you could do stuff, and you could use it and stuff like that. So it didn't have its own monitor. I think you probably could have bought one for somehow, but that was the computer I had, and it was like I learned how to sit there and write a program to draw a square on the screen, and that's probably about the extent I went to.
I used to have my Amstrad. You got a book about Yebig, right? And there was you did like 8 pages of code. You just and you go enter, and a circle would come up. It would spin, go back down, and then that'd be it. You go, what was that? I just spent an hour typing this in. And Commodore 64, I've just remembered something. A friend of mine called Dave. I'm not going to say his second name just in case it's embarrassing. We're playing Ghostbusters or something on the Commodore, and he didn't like the controls. He couldn't do the controls. So in his infinite wisdom, he took the keys off the computer, of the Commodore, and he switched them around. He switched the keys around, right? Just assuming, right, because he's turned the keys around, he could just use them keys instead of the ones that were allocated to the game. So I'm supposed to say an early version or an early attempt to try and remap the keyboard. So he tried to move the keys in the hope that when he moved the key over to where he wanted it to be, when he pushed it, he would get the same reaction. But obviously he didn't. He was just like swapping like the O for the N and stuff. He literally swapped the keys, thinking because he swapped the key, you could then push that button instead of that button. In the process, he actually managed to knacker his Commodore. Because his dad came in and there was like he'd taken all the keys off and he was trying to put the keys back on, and his dad came in and was like, the fuck So these keys just lying on the desk. Like, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? So essentially, yeah, it was kind of broke because Dad tried to put the keys back on, but with Dave, trying to put the keys back on, they weren't going on proper. Dave had a bit of a temper.
Yeah.
He started thumping the keys because he didn't think they were sticking, and he actually broke the I suppose the board or the keys sat on. So yeah.
He must have got in trouble.
Yeah.
But enough about memory lane.
Oh.
Let's get back on the subject. Atari 600 was the first. No, the Atari 600 was not the first console. Magnavox Odyssey was the first console, 1971.
I've never heard of that. Magnavox.
Magnavox Odyssey.
What have I? What to Google this? There we go. Magnavox Odyssey. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Looks like something that should be in your kitchen. What the hell is that?
That right there. That was the one of the first video game. That was the first video game home
September
console.
72.
71.
$98
It released overseas in 71.
Only lasted 3 years. They discontinued it in 75.
Yeah, it didn't last very long. It wasn't something.
350,000.
It was your first console, Brandon. Okay, yeah. It was a lot of people's first console. You know, the thing I hate though is when people that were born at about the time that the Nintendo and all that, and long after the Atari 5200 and the 7800, all that, or the 56 and 78, whatever it was. When those came out, and then they sit there and say, "Oh yeah, my first console was an Atari 2600." Why? That thing was long dead before you were even born. How come it was your first console?
So Magnavox, it's an American electronics company founded in the States. Today, it's a subsidiary. Fuck, I can't say that word.
Philips.
Philips, yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the control. Look at the controller.
Yeah.
That is what?
Again, right there, the Odyssey.
English Horizon vertical reset. It looks like something that belongs in a kitchen, mate. That just. You got to put an image of the controller up, mate, so people can actually understand. Did you? Oh, I'm on a different screen. See, if you were to pause that now, people would go, "Is that the control for a electronic?"
And then, this is where they went.
Chair?
And then their next one made a little bit more sense when they came out with the Odyssey 2.
Odyssey 2.
This one made a little bit more sense. You actually had controllers, and you had somewhat of a keyboard on the.
Oh yeah, okay, that's interesting.
So.
Okay, I'm looking at it now. Yeah.
So.
I tell you, see the controllers don't look like they last long, do they?
No.
They look very. One sporting game that I'll be snapped.
But and then a lot of people say, "Oh, Pong. Pong wasn't an actual gaming console. It was a game. That's all. That's the only thing it did. That's all that was on that little circuit board. Is you plugged the thing in and you played Pong. That you couldn't do anything else with that little box. Mm-hmm. So that wasn't actually a game console.
Wow.
It was just a game you bought in a box. It came in a plastic, but it was surrounded by plastic, and it had wheels and stuff like that. Which then later came to the Atari 2600. So. Mine was because it was a hand-me-down and we couldn't afford the new hotness.
I'm still going through images. It's Odyssey 2. It's like you look at these games and you go, "Oh, it just brings like loads of memories back from different games I was playing when I was a kid."
Yeah.
God, I feel old.
Yeah,
I feel so old.
And this is why I say, gaming wasn't. Retro gaming wasn't all it's made out to be. And I hate people who sit there and go, "Oh,
It's good for memories."
It's just 8-bit this and 64 bits and it's like, yeah, they were great when I went the first time around. I personally don't want to go back to that. When it comes, and then people say, "Oh, well, you don't have a problem playing, you know, the racing games like Automobilista and R Factor 2 and stuff like that look like old games.
That's
It's
not,
like, you're right. I don't, because I love the physics and everything in the game. I don't care about the graphics at that type. I mean, it still looks better than anything you were getting back in those days, but I'm more interested in the gameplay. But I still don't want to play, you know, Super Mario Brothers again.
No, not at all. What gets me is people go, yeah, 360 was the first Xbox. What? Shut up. Yeah, it was. No, it's not. Of course it is. No, the Xbox was. Yeah, 360. No, the Xbox. What? And something you got to go, the Xbox? No. And this is not necessarily young people. The people my age go, yeah, it's the first one. No, it wasn't. There was one before that. No, it wasn't. Or they get the PS1.
Technically, the Dreamcast was the first Xbox.
No, it wasn't. The PlayStation 1 was the first PlayStation. Yeah, the PS1. No, the PlayStation 1. What you on about? This one. Oh, right.
Actually, it wasn't called PlayStation 1. It was originally just called PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation, yeah.
PS1, the PS1 moniker actually came after the PS2 came out, and then they redid the PlayStation, and they came out with a smaller version, and then they put the 1. And they didn't put just a letter, a number on it. They actually put PSONE.
Yes. I know. I know. I just think when it comes to the game, I mean, I think what's good now is it was always seen as something that was done by kids. Oh, it's kids. And even a few years ago,
maybe.
Oh, well,
back in the 70s and 80s, but now
is that not for kids?
We're all grown up.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought, right, that gaming would take the turn that it's taken, where you look at the money that goes into titles now, and in some cases it exceeds the money it takes to make a movie.
Yeah,
and that that's the industry now, and that is just, it blows my mind the amount of money that goes into.
And they pay that kind of money, and then you end up with shit like Destiny.
Yeah, or Division.
I had to throw that in. Sorry.
Sorry,
Matt. I had to throw that in.
He was Destiny's biggest fan, and then he got Destiny 2. He's like, oh, I can't wait for it. It's going to be amazing. Destiny 2 came out. Gilly was like, I'm so disappointed right now.
Yeah, because they pulled the same shit. They are they're following the same formula they did in the first game. They give you absolute crap in the beginning, and then they're going to think, oh, our first major DLC that we didn't allow you to buy in the launch version is going to, we're going to change a whole bunch of stuff. That's exactly what you did with the Taken King, and then you did more. It's just like,
does it not sound like a franchise that you don't like?
You're getting screwed on the initial purchase. And then they're going to try and say, oh, well, here, spend some more money.
Drive-through.
And then, yeah, okay, so now, and then when it was original Destiny, so now you're into Taken King. You've got players, your player base, who are now $120 into this if they went right from launch, okay? And then they had the gall to sit there and say, but anybody who wants to start playing Destiny now, well, here, give us $40 or $30, however much. Give us this. We'll give you everything everybody else has already for that amount of money. Plus, we'll even give you a couple extra things that they're not allowed to have. Well, fuck you, Bungie.
I'd just like to thank Gally for convincing me to buy Destiny digitally, so I've got it forever. Thank you. But you know what? The other week I was on it for about an hour. And the only reason is
which game? Destiny?
Yeah, it's on 4K. I just like the look of it. I think it looks nice. No, it's not necessarily the game, because I'm not hardcore into all the.
See, I'd rather go play the original Destiny than Destiny 2.
I play what?
I'd rather play Destiny 1 than Destiny 2.
Yeah, there you go. Who knew?
Hey, when they released Taken King, and then The Rise of Iron. It was a very good game. They finally completed it. It was like, hey, this is where it should be. And then when they came out with Destiny 2, they took a step backwards and it was like, hey, look, we're going to fuck you all over again.
Yeah, but does this not sound like a franchise that we don't like?
Yeah, that too, Brandon. Yeah. And, you know, I don't have a problem with that to say, because it's a double-edged sword when you're talking about stuff that's already programmed into the program. And
Space Barbie grind.
when you're buying a DLC and you're basically unlocking it from the game, I don't necessarily have a problem with it because it serves somewhat of a purpose. Because you have people that have very limited data when it comes to their internets, or they have caps. They have or they need to go somewhere else to get their DLCs or something because they don't actually have a very good internet connection at home. They have enough to actually get into the game, but they don't have enough. They'll take them 2 days to download stuff, all this stuff. So I'm okay with them pre-building stuff, so some stuff into the games to where then you can just unlock them. Because it makes it so much easier because you're actually downloading less information. You're saving data on your caps. For me, it's no big deal. I have no caps in my area. I can download. I have unlimited everything. And, I have, over 200 megabits a second. So to me, it's not a big deal. But I can see where it serves a purpose in other aspects. Plus, some people, they'll download stuff, put them on a thumb drive, and then plug them into their consoles to unlock stuff. So it's a double-edged sword. I can see the argument from both sides. Oh, it was already in the game, but I don't know. Sorry, that was just. I can see. I can understand.
That's kind of a mini rant. Well, not so much
a rant. It was just that I can understand where people get upset. Oh, it was already put in the game. Why didn't you just unlock it? Well, you know what? I built the game. I'll sell it to you the way I want to sell it to you, and it's up to you whether you want to buy it or not. And guess what? A lot of us were suckers and bought it.
Do you know this? Obviously, the sale cost of the Ultimate Edition's out. You can buy all the DLC, and I still find it hard to convince people to buy it. It's people going, oh well, is it worth it? Well, you're getting the full game, and you're getting all the DLC for the price of the game. Yeah, it's worth it. Because, everyone else had to pay for all the DLC, separately. You're getting all of it for the price of the game. So essentially you're getting it for free. So yeah, it's worth it. But it's that personal choice, isn't it? I mean, I have Destiny. I don't, get into. I find it. I struggle to get into it. I know you and Matt are really into it, and you've read all the books and what have you.
I didn't read books. I read the Grimoire cards.
Oh gosh, for me, it's just a game. It looked good, That's it.
Well, like I said, I don't really play it at all anymore. If I'm playing a shooter, I'm mainly playing the Division.
See, I find myself playing Warframe quite a bit. I've been back into that. And I do like Warframe. Warframe's good.
Yeah, that was a crock of shit, wasn't it, Kimber?
So,
she said, I wish they hadn't claimed they were taking user feedback and working on it up until release. Which was a crock of shit, because if you'd have listened to the people who were playing it, you wouldn't have released the hunk of junk they did.
See, do you know what? In the years I've been gaming, I have never, ever, and in the game I get, if there's a newsletter or something like that, an email, I'll sign up to it. Every game, if I commit to that game, okay? I have never, ever, ever been the recipient of feedback. I'd survey. How do you think we're doing with our game? Never, right? So this feedback thing that companies and studios and whatever claim that happens.
They're talking feedback. They're talking about emails they're getting and stuff.
Yeah, no, but where do they say, oh, we've spoken to the community and this is what the community want? Really? Because, I've never received an email. No, that's my opinion.
The only game I've seen successfully go with the feedback of the players and improve itself, The Division.
I wouldn't know that.
The Division was, not to say that The Division is perfect. Again, there is still plenty wrong with The Division. That's why they had to make Division 2, and they had to build a whole new game. They couldn't just build upon it. But The Division was very flawed in the beginning, and then as each build came, they'd fix a little bit here, fix a little bit there, and then this would break. But by the time patch 1.8 came out, update 1.8, they had done so much to build that game back up to such a good status by listening to the players. They've actually, people hated that studio, but they've come to like them again because they realize, hey, look, these guys listen to us and they've improved our game so much that people are buying it again. You're talking 2 years later, and people started buying the game again because they were seeing how good things were going, and they were reading or watching YouTube, and people were talking about how good it was again. So, what is it? I'm liking Sea of Thieves devs. People suggest crap in the Reddit, and it happens. It's nuts. You know what? I'll give Microsoft credit. They do since Xbox One. They've done more to listen to the Xboxers. That's why Xbox has become such a better system. So I give them credit on that. They actually do listen when it comes to the people who play on the console.
See, you mentioned Division there again. I'd like to thank you for a second time because I have Division. I have 2 copies of Division digitally.
Mm-hmm. So do I. I have 3.
Yeah.
I have a PC version too.
See, it's a game I don't play. Might pick it up now and again, but I don't know.
Oh.
It's there. I know.
Yeah, but you got to get to level 30 first.
Yes, thank you.
Tell you what, you come out during the global event, we'll get you right up there.
Okay, we'll see. See what happens.
I'll have you sign into my room. You can go hide somewhere. I'll just kill everybody. You'll get all the experience points. Your character will just.
I'm like that guy that you invite to your party just because your mum's friends with my mum. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
who's
make
that
sure
guy?
you invite CJ. Why?
Well, I don't play with you. Invite him. Be nice.
I know.
Okay, mum.
I had a cousin like that.
Take your brother out to play with you. I'm playing with my mates. Take your brother. But take your brother. Okay.
We had a cousin like that. Yeah. Me and my cousin Johnny. We'd sit there and when we were kids, and then there was always Brian, and it was like, well, take Brian with you. Why?
It happens, doesn't it? It happens. Oh shit, man.
So, all right. Do we got anything else? We pretty much covered it.
No, I think we've done well today. We have. We covered what was on the list, and a lot more.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about one last thing.
A political spin.
I want to talk about one last thing before we finish up for the day, because we're heading into almost the 2-hour range. If you're on the internet, and hopefully you know what a VPN is, it's to be on the internet without a VPN is kind of stupid, to put it lightly. So
for those who don't know what it is, please enlighten our audience.
All right. Well, you got your VPNs are what's going to give you access to things. It's going to take away things like geolocking. It's going to allow you to hide yourself.
On the dark net.
Well, no, not the dark net. It's going to allow you to hide yourself from things. I mean, let me call this up here. I have a hard time talking about exactly what VPNs do, but here's this. If you watch Linus Tech Tips, you'll know that they used to use Tunnel Bear, I actually used Tunnel Bear for quite a while, and then now they've switched over to private internet access because Tunnel Bear was purchased by McAfee. And if you're like most anybody on a PC, you don't want jack shit from McAfee. It's horrible.
It's always built into any PC you buy, innit?
Oh yeah, it used to be Norton's, but now it's McAfee. And I tell you what, the Windows Defender, you don't need to go buy these separate antivirus malware
Defender's
stuff
what I use.
Windows Defender is what I use too. It works just fine. But you get a lot of this stuff here with the VPNs, and you get, of course, your secure VPN account. You can get encrypted Wi-Fi, peer-to-peer support. You can block ads, trackers, and malware. And the speeds are pretty good. I've seen 20 to 25 megabytes a second. They keep no logs. So basically the traffic you're logging or you're going through does not get logged for future reference. That people can't data mine you. And of course, they've got, if you see here on the screen, over 3,500 servers throughout 33 countries. Now, this is what allows you to get rid of the geolocking. And what I mean by geolocking, I'm in America, okay? I like things that are on BBC. But I cannot go to the BBC website and say, watch shows that are on the BBC iPlayer, because it's geolocked for only people that are in the UK or those approved areas.
To allow you to access it.
So if you're in America, you can't do those things on those websites in those countries. But if you're on a VPN and you can set your location for somewhere else, you can set it for, I can say that I'm in the UK, and it'll put me on their servers. It'll allow me access. It'll get me right through into there. Now it'll look like I'm actually in the UK. I'll be able to access these sites. I can watch these things. Exactly, and it's the same with other countries. What was that? What was that?
Todd searching some wild stuff on the net, on the web. Yeah. See, the question is, why are you trying to hide? What is it you're watching on the web that you're trying to hide?
It's not that you're trying to hide. It's protection. It protects you against things from hackers.
This is the
people who try and hack in and steal your identity. If you're one of those people that like to go to coffee shops, and coffee shops are different in America than they are in Denmark. Coffee shops are completely different story over there. But in America, they actually serve coffee in coffee shops. But you go into these places and you use public Wi-Fi's. Never
use public Wi-Fi.
See, this is it. VPNs protect you from that. It keeps people out of from snooping into your PCs and so forth. So, like I said, it's to be on the internet without a VPN is just, I don't know. To me, in this day and age, is just insane. And as you saw over here, sorry, I clicked on that. Private internet access, unbelievably cheap. Now, if you've ever looked at things like Tunnel Bear and some of the other ones, they're not overly expensive, but they're not cheap. But to sit there and charge $60 for 2 years of service, which breaks down to $2.50 a month, that's quite reasonable. I mean, even if you want to go with a monthly access, $6.45. A lot of places you're going to spend $10 a month just to have a VPN protection. So this is one I would recommend for you. I have switched over to this one from Tunnel Bear because I was using Tunnel Bear, and I go with what Linus. I like Linus. He knows what he's talking about, and I usually go with what he recommends. And this is the new one they're recommending here. So I switched over, and I'm quite happy with it. I cannot complain one bit. So again, if you're on the internet, you really need to go with a VPN. It just keeps you so much safer. It keeps your personal information, your identity, everything just so much safer.
Okay. There we go. I'm actually looking at it now. Maybe something I might look at.
No, Brandon, I am not searching for wild things. We've got enough porn here. I don't need to go searching around the world for it.
Searching for big women in Destiny cosplay.
Big women are in America. Why do I have to go outside of America?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think what you're into.
You're right, Kimber. It is. It's a very good, reasonable price for peace of mind, and to give yourself that bit of a protection. Especially if you're somebody who likes to do things like shopping online, and you like to use credit cards and stuff like that. VPNs help protect you.
Gimp masks and stuff.
Yeah. So, anything you want to touch on before we leave?
No, I think finishing up on your weird internet habits and your secret shopping of leather items is the perfect way to finish this family broadcast that we have achieved. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. VPN.
Kind of freaked me out a bit.
Okay. VPN, virtual private network. I'm sorry, I didn't say that, did I?
No.
No. Okay.
I didn't ask it.
It's VPN stands for virtual private network. And also, if you are somebody who likes torrenting, now basically it's how you steal a bunch of games or stuff like that.
Acquire.
Torrenting is used a lot for piracy, but either way, private internet access does not restrict torrenting like some VPNs do, like TunnelBear. TunnelBear doesn't support torrenting.
TunnelBear sounds like something that, you know, you'd find at perverts.com. Welcome to TunnelBear. Oh. I don't know. There we go.
So anyway.
Anyway, completely lost in that one. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm looking for stuff, waiting for you to talk.
I know. I thought I was done. I said that.
You're done.
I said no.
Sure?
You said, oh, one more thing.
As much as you like to talk, you're done.
And you start talking about VPNs. And then you said, oh, you haven't said it. And then you're now looking at your other screen.
Yes.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Okay. Right. While he's looking at this other screen, I think we're done, folks. I'm not too sure what he's doing. He's on screen. He's just doing his own thing. If you want to go away and make yourself a coffee, when you get back, we probably won't be here.
I'm searching for something.
What are you searching for?
Here, this is.
I'm searching for the answer.
This is what I was looking for. Yes.
It's not going to be a picture of a big woman in Destiny cosplay, is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Another thing Kimberly talks about. VPNs are good if you want to do things like Australian Netflix.
Would Holla, the Google extension, be classed as a VPN? It would be, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because if I want to watch, like, say, American Netflix, I have to open up Holla.
See you later, Brandon.
Yeah, unlimited free VPN. So Holla is one. It's a VPN that allows us to relocate so we can watch all your American TV shows and stuff. Yeah.
So as we've said before, if you're on Xbox and you like racing, where could they go, CJ?
Do you know what? It just so happens that I am the owner and founder of a club called the Grid Racing Club. It can be found on Facebook, the Grid Racing Club. We have official partners, Project Cars Europe and Project Cars 2 Fanzone International. And we run across Project Cars, we run across Assetto Corsa, we have guys in the GLC that do Forza. We do a hell of a lot. We really, really do. Just look us up, the Grid Racing Club on Facebook. If you want to contact me, CJ Elock on Facebook, drop us a message. Might see you there. Over 18s only, no kids, kid-free zone. So you can guarantee clean, respectable lobbies and leagues at all times.
Yes, and as CJ properly posts on his Facebook page, they are not for PC players.
No, we're not.
They do not support PC, so you have to be on Xbox.
Yeah, we are Xbox exclusive.
They don't. CJ doesn't like PC players.
That's not true. Well, that's true. I don't like PC players. I just tolerate this fool. No, it's not that. No. We've had a lot of questions recently regarding PC and what have you. So I had to put up that we don't actually support the PC platform at the moment. You know,
at the moment. Oh, he's graduated to at the moment.
Yeah, there we go. Grid Racing Club, yeah. That's where you'll find us. We're actually, if you join us very quickly, actually, from the 5th of August, we start our 1-year anniversary. So we've got a full week of events right through, from the Sunday right through to the Saturday, events galore. And our 2 partner clubs have actually shut down their other leagues, and they'll be jumping in. It's going to be a nice busy week throughout the week. So,
yeah, that's good. That's good. So if you're on Xbox, you got somewhere to go. I highly recommend it. CJ's a great guy. I've known him for many years now. I've raced with him.
Shucks.
I've raced with him. As long as you can get by him, you can have some clean racing.
Just when I'm starting to like you again, you asshole. Okay.
No, I'm kidding. He's a good guy. But he is strict. So don't break his rules. He is strict. But if you're on PC, come and join me, Billy Strange, Uh, Brandon, who you've heard us talking to in the chats. And hopefully someday if Brandon gets off his ass and builds Kimber her rig, she'll be joining us. Right, Kimber?
Well, judging by the chat, it looks like the reason Brandon's not building the rig, he's busy doing something else.
He's searching for too much porn.
Oh, yeah.
But
questions, Kimber.
Come join us over in the Sim Pit. You can find us on the YouTube channels, the Sim Pit or the Sim Pit Pit Crew. The Sim Pit Pit Crew is where Sean does all the live streaming of all of our events. Join the Patreon, get access to Discord and some of the private races we do. We've just started actually this week we're just getting ready to start a new SRS series on Assetto Corsa. We'll be racing the TTs, the Audi TTs, the TTs. The Audi TTs. So we'll be starting that series this Thursday. And we just this Friday started the brand new Craftsman Truck Series on iRacing, where I actually had a pretty good showing because I got screwed. I qualified 14th in Friday night's race. I missed the starting grid because I had to use the bathroom. So I came and missed the starting grid. Had to wait till everybody else already started. And the Sim Pit Crew now, no pit anymore. Okay. So now the Sim Pit Crew. I guess they changed the name. I didn't even realize that they changed it. So it's the Sim Pit Crew channel. Yeah. I had to wait for everybody else. So I qualified 14th. Ended up having to go to the back of the pack. But by the end of the race, I finished in 8th place. So I actually had a decent showing. After my screw-ups. So, but if you're in the oval racing, but this week we're on Watkins Glen, so we're actually on a road course. So if you're into iRacing, you're on PC, and you want to be part of the fun we have over at the Sim Pit, come on over, check it out. Join the live streams, chat with Sean, listen to some of us rant and basically give each other a bunch of shit over the Discord chat. And then
that pretty much happens in the grid.
Yeah, so sometimes when we're in Discord, we're just talking to each other, and sometimes some of us are quiet, like me. Some of us, we have a great time. So just come on over, check us out. Again, that's with the Sim Pit. Check out Sean's live streams when it comes to some of the practice stuff we do, because a lot of times he'll open that up to the public and he'll give the passwords, so you can still come and join us. So a lot of racing you can get done between Xbox and PC. Not a lot in PlayStation. PlayStation's too jumbled when it comes to racing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, yeah.
So, what were you typing? What were you
typing?
No,
I'm just... You're so nosy.
Yeah, well, I see you on screen.
I was just...
Searching for porn?
No. Is there any special VPNs where I can hide what I'm doing? Specifically.
Now you're going to try hide from Yoli? She's gone for a couple of days. Now I can hide my.
That's what the incognito window's for. No. I don't use that. I just know it's there.
So, is there any updates yet on your new rig? Are you getting a rig yet?
Well, I spoke about this last week. Give me a break.
Yeah. So.
I got to Spain in September, and that's when
he's going
the
to
start
Spain.
Of the transformation of the man cave happens. The rig is a wee while away yet. It's a wee while away. It's a funding thing, so one thing at a time.
Yeah, he's going to Spain and leaving his wife at home.
She sent me to Spain.
That says that raises whole more questions. She's sending you.
She bought me the holiday for Christmas. Well, she's sending me away with an old school friend of mine. So it's just going to be carnage. Absolute carnage. 8 weeks away, and it's just going to be absolute carnage. Honestly, it's probably not going to be the best thing for my liver. I'll be totally honest. But
Oh, and you're a Scotsman. We know you can drink.
Yeah, we don't drink light beer like you know what you guys do over there. I'll have a light beer, please. No,
I don't drink light beer. I drink Corona.
What, you Mexican?
No.
So I was wondering actually, but that's a whole different podcast.
So anyway, enough lollygagging around. We got to head out of here.
Lollygagging. Whoa! Hold on a minute, mate.
I gotta go get doing some practice. Brandon's gonna help me with my my driving, help me square away, because as long as I've been racing, I could still use some pointers and help. So I'm gonna sit there and go do some practicing with the TTs.
Titties.
Yes, I gotta go practice with my TTs.
Titties. We say titties a few more times.
Titties.
So Galley's gonna go play with titties.
Or as we're calling it, see you later, Kimber.
Bye, Kimber.
We're calling it the hairdresser cup.
You're not an MX-5, actually.
Well, see, here we call the Audi TTs the hairdresser cars. Over.
No, they do over here, which is unfair, but they do over here as well.
Yeah. So, either one, MX-5, Audi TTs, they're both hairdresser cars.
Depending on the model.
Especially if it's blue.
Mary Swanson, I saw an alien yesterday. It wasn't Galley putting up a selfie by any chance, was it, Mary?
How you doing, Mary? You saw an alien as in an alien driver or an alien as in an alien?
Could be as an alien.
Oh.
Mary, you've missed loads unless you've been watching and not commented.
We had some viewers that weren't commenting in the beginning, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're signing off, so.
We're signing off, yes, we're done.
So,
and he's going to feed the dogs.
I'm Todd.
I'm
my
CJ.
friend CJ there. We've had a blast again. Catch us next week, same time, same bat channel. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time. Yes. Same bat channel. Hope to see you next week.
Yeah, because we're batty, all right. So anyway,
it is the first time.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Take it easy.
Adios, troops.